Uh, Hi, good morning. This is Bueno from the Diocese of Paranaque. The topic I am presenting to you is about. Let me think of it. The Eucharist as the summit of Christian life, quote unquote. So basically, how can we understand consecration? How can we understand the reason why the host is consecrated, for that matter? So basically, how can we understand the rationality of the Eucharist if there is no reasonable content in the meaning of its automatia? Hmm. So basically, the automatia of the Eucharist explains the automatic excommunication of something out of quote unquote its uh, rational error. So basically, an irrationality more than the animal kingdom's capability is expressing that there is a notion against the Eucharist, but not explicitly defined, based on our humanistic point of view. However, the person's point of view remains a mortal sin, for that matter. The mortal sinner is viable for his understanding of full knowledge, full consent, implication of his sin, and the implication of his particular notionary. However, the outcome does not remain explicitly defined based on my persona. Otherwise, the reasonable notion that someone is excommunicated is for a fact that he is, and for a fact that the stream of now, or the stream of consciousness, remains constant, or preserving the natural law itself. I'm sorry? So, however, the Eucharist does not remain orthodox all the time, but the orthodox interpretation of his sacred feelings remains constant. So, a person who is not constant in the reason of natural law is not critically oriented according to eternal law, which does not last forever, or which does not last for all eternity. Which explains that the Eucharist loses his divinity if you bypass the stream of consciousness or the stream of eternity. Hmm? So basically, everyone who has lost the stream of eternity has committed a mortal sin. But the divinity of Christ, or the divinity of the Eucharist, remains. Anyone who bypasses the stream of consciousness remains unreasonable. But remains the fallibility that, of course, he can be forgiven. Otherwise, there is an eternal sin that has been committed. However, the particular order we have, the sacramental order, or the reason that there is an existing known eternal law, which by reason explicitly stops us from committing a regular mortal sin, for that matter, which explains the goodness of God. So basically, our mental orientation regarding the Eucharist explains that our rationality is by reason affecting Christ Himself, which is the Eucharist at large. So basically, the Eucharist explains that consecration is, by explainable means, stops a particular person from committing a divine sin, or committing a Eucharistic infallible sin, or that the Eucharist remains fully in control of the particular now, or the stream of consciousness that the person has. However, the full knowledges, quote unquote, that the Eucharist have explains uni infinite. Uni infinite explains that everything can be explained logically but not visually. So, being uni infinite in the desire of ourselves helps us commit to heaven. Otherwise, there is a reason of a sin. Anyone who cannot stop themselves strictly can commit mortal sin. Mortal sin is simply a person who will not stop forever. Venial sin is a person who will not stop sinning. For these particular things that we have, based on catechetical rites, is based on gravity. Rather, the capital sin is simply having an interest in a person without having his particular personification at large, quote unquote. So thanks a bunch, bye. That's the notion we have for you. Thanks so much, bye.